Well, welcome everyone. My name is Megan Fisher, and I am here with soon-to-be Regional Vice President Becky Lahart. And we are so excited to share with you this morning. Our goal is to make this super short and sweet because we know you have a million things going on today. But we just wanted to give those of you who have had maybe a few exposures to Arbonne a chance to have all your questions answered anonymously, of course. But we are just going to go over some common questions people have when they're looking at Arbonne as a business opportunity. And today we're really going to talk about Arbonne's lifestyle brand. You have all, hopefully, most likely heard about Arbonne's brand of products. So we're just going to share what Arbonne's lifestyle brand means, and really for us what that means is, and you'll hear a ton of people who are successful in Arbonne say this, Arbonne's lifestyle brand to us means time freedom and financial freedom. So I am going to kick it over to Becky, and she's going to share what that really means for her family.
Thanks, Megan. I love that. I love that we can talk about things that we love to do and parts of the business that are really applicable to our lives. But one thing that I love the best about Arbonne, so I love to travel. I don't know if any of you guys do, but and I love to do that in big increments of time. So something that Arbonne has allowed me and my family to do is just really own that. And I know as I'm an interior designer by trade, and when I was working at an architectural engineering firm, I got 2 weeks of vacation. So I'm not sure if any of you guys can relate to that, but that is really hard to do a lot of traveling when you have 2 weeks allotted per the year. And so that's one thing that was really, really exceptional to me about Arbonne. So just to give you a picture of kind of what our life looked like even this summer, we spent 2 weeks traveling. My family went through Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, all the way back to about 2.5 weeks. We were home for a week, then we went to the Boundary Waters with my family. And for me, just the traveling part is awesome. The time freedom is awesome. But what that means really to me and my family is the experiences. So that's really what I want to give to my family is that, and maybe you're not the type that likes to go camping all the time. I know Megan's calls herself a glamper, but we love camping, and it's allowed me to do that. But I've been thinking a lot about that because after we got back from the Boundary Waters, my husband he had to go to Norway for work, and I got to go with him. And the whole time it's like, if I was working at my architectural engineering firm, I could have not spent 4.5 weeks in the summer away. I couldn't have done that. Not only that, but if you are a business owner and maybe own your own time, it's very hard if you have a brick and mortar business to get away for that long time because you are the owner, right? And I know Megan will talk a little bit about that. But the other thing is I was able to work in my time on vacation. So when you're traveling across Nebraska and there's nothing, no offense if you're from Nebraska, I was texting people, I was contacting people, so I was still able to earn a paycheck the same as I was throughout the year going on vacations. So that is super impactful for me because for my life, I really try to design it. So you'll hear design your own life, but I want to do the things that I want to do. And Arbonne has really let me do that by being able to work in those increments of time. So Megan, and I know you love the financial freedom aspects because that has really been important for your family.
Yeah, so I tell people we had a lot of life happen to us, and it made me realize what a blessing the financial freedom in Arbonne is, because I think for a while there in my business, I got time and financial freedom right away, and I took that for granted until we had a lot of life. So within a matter of 4 months, we had a baby in the NICU, our basement flooded, and my husband took a significant pay cut. A third of his income was cut in one day, and you guys, $36,000 later, because of Arbonne, we aren't in a box by the river. Seriously, we have that savings built up to pay for that all, and more importantly, like Becky mentioned, the time freedom. I had the time to deal with all of that while I was in the NICU with my baby, where I should be. My business literally was growing in that time. And that's because we have consumable products that people buy online, and it gets redirected back into our bank account. And I love that because Becky and I have been in this business long enough where, we have years of clients. And I tell you, if you haven't used Arbonne products, you will find this out, but they are good, and they are so good where people use them again and again. They're loyal customers. So Becky and I have built years of consumers where we introduced them years ago to the products, and to this day, they're still buying them online, and we get paid still to this day off of that referral. So we're building this passive income that's coming in month after month. So we can go on vacations like Becky talked about for 4 weeks. And I have to give her credit here because she never gives herself credit. You guys, she is building her business to the 3rd level of our company. We only have 4, and she did that over the summer where she was traveling. I mean, can you imagine like what that would do for you and your family if you could just live your life like you wanted to live it and still build an incredible business alongside of that? That is so smart. So we definitely have been blessed by financial freedom by this business. And I could go on and on about it, but Becky and I want to keep this short and sweet. But we do want to cover some just common fears or common hesitations most everyone has in this business. Becky and I just didn't like jump in like, yay, we're going to do this. Like, if you really knew us, our personalities are like, wait a minute. So at least I know us two had all of these hesitations and fears we're going to cover. But you guys, I would say 99% of people who jump into Arbonne have the same ones. And it's like anything else. Think about when you first went to college or you first started your new job, you had that fear, like, how is this going to go? How is this going to work out? I hope I'm making the right decision. Even like Becky and I are in the kids stage. Even with my second baby, I was like, what are we doing? And I knew what to expect. So Becky, I'm going to let you start with those.
Yeah, and I just wanted to reiterate, like, it is totally normal to have those hesitations, and it's good, like, because it means you're really contemplating and really thinking it over. So if you're on this call, if you're on this call, this is at least your second exposure to Arbonne. So we're not going to start off with this talking to people, so don't be scared about that. But we know that you guys, we've invited specific people on this call because you're kind of trying to decide. And so what we do is really help people with that. And these are things that a lot of people have. So hopefully they really just answer some of your questions. And I just want to start with my scariest one. And some people on this call know this, but relationships are like totally everything to me. And so when I started Arbonne, I was really super nervous that I would lose friends. I don't know if any of you guys, but I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be that crazy lady? Like, first of all, I thought, well, I don't know that many. I don't know enough people, like how people that start these businesses have like tons of friends, all this stuff. And then the people that I do know are going to be like, see that I'm calling and then say, okay, no, she's going to talk to me about Arbonne again. And I was terrified of that. Just honestly, I was really, really nervous. So Megan, what would you say? Because that was something that I was nervous about. What would you say if somebody's like, well, I don't know enough people and I don't want to bug my friends?
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback mine on that because it's very similar. I didn't want to be salesy and pushy. We live in a really, really teeny tiny town, and I didn't want to be that girl who goes to the home football game and everyone like scoots down her. Yeah. Like, oh, here she comes. She's trying to schlep her lipstick on me. So number one, I had to really understand what Arbonne does and what we do to really understand we don't sell products, you guys. I mean, Arbonne has products people buy, but they get online and buy them themselves. Like, we really meet people where they're at and serve. And that's what I know Becky does in her business, is she meets people for coffee, gets to know them, or catches up with an old friend and says, like, I have this thing that could really help. So honestly, I have never lost a friend in the last 7 years I've been doing this business. I've gained 1 million. So I love that about it. I am still besties with my besties. And I love that we can build this business alongside our life and not lose any friends over it. But with my salesy issue, a big turning point for me was to realize my friends and family were already shampooing their hair, brushing their teeth, putting makeup on, using skincare, using baby products. I mean, Arbonne has over 400 plus consumable products that people use on a daily basis. And because our standards are so strict and our products are so safe to use, I literally was like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I introduce my bestie who's having a baby to these products? Not only are they going to keep her safe, but they're going to keep her baby safe. Why wouldn't I introduce, not only my family uses the protein shakes because they're amazing, they taste amazing and they're safe, but why wouldn't I introduce my grandparents to that who got put on a protein shake for dietary restrictions? Why wouldn't I introduce them to ours, which I know is the safest one out there, that tastes good, so they're actually going to want to drink it and enjoy it instead of like chugging it down because they have to drink a protein shake. So that really changed my focus in this business. It's not sales, it's serving people and showing them a better, superior product that's also going to keep them safe.
Awesome.
One of mine, Becky, alongside of my salesy, is I truly didn't have enough time, and I know that's a statement of priority, but I was building a floral design business, so I was really, really strapped for time, and even today I still feel like I'm busy. I'm just filling my time with different things, kids instead of work. But what do you tell people when they're like, I am so busy, I don't know if I could fit this in?
Yeah, well, it's one of the things that a lot of people say because nobody's sitting around twiddling their thumbs, like looking for something to do. I mean, I guess no matter what stage you're at, if you have little kids or if you're retired, if you're in school, a lot of people are going to school. But one of the things that I love is that you can fit it in. So, for example, when I was designing, when I had my interior design job, I would have to have like a 4-hour increment of time. I don't know if you guys have something similar to that. I couldn't just design in like 15 minutes and like there and there. And that's one thing that I love is that this is really like a really quick thing. You can do some work like 15 minutes of time here and there and really fit it into your day and not fit Arbonne, make Arbonne fit into your life in just the little parts that you have. One thing I read in a book, and I had to say this because I have it written on my mirror, is don't confuse being busy with being effective. And I like really try to live my life like that because we are all busy, but where is that like getting us? Like, are you spending your time wisely, even in the gym? Like, are you just on the cardio machine for an hour and feel like you're working out? Sorry, I'm a gym crazy person, but that was a really big thing. So if you don't have any time, that is something that a lot of people are looking for. And we have the ability to leverage your time. So what we do is we look for people exactly like us who want fun and friendship, or they want extra money, or they want their time back, and we try to help them get that. And so what we do is we look for people, and we're duplicating ourselves so that eventually we are just working this amount of time and we're getting paid for a lot more because we have that residual income coming in, and we have teammates that are working too. And so time is like something that I'm like, if you don't have time, you need to start Arbonne to get that time. I mean, really, it will give it back to you. Okay, so we talked about being a salesperson. Now, the last thing a lot of people say to me, Megan, I don't know if they say to you, but is I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough friends with enough money, or I mean, that one is kind of like the time thing, but what do you say to that when people say, I don't have enough money to even start?
Yeah, honestly, I say, like, that is the exact reason you need to start. And I get it. Like, we were there. We were in the same position when I started. I was building a business, so all our extra money was going back into that brick and mortar business. So we didn't have money, but you guys, that was the exact reason why I started. We didn't have a savings account that, you know, if I got hurt or my husband got hurt, we could fall back on. Like, we had zero savings. And I just remember seeing that as a red flag. I was like, what if impact strikes? And it did, you guys. It was 5 years into my business, thank God, because we had time to build that savings up. But I needed the money, and I just didn't have all this extra cash laying around. But I tell people, like, I get it, and we will help you work around that. This isn't a cookie cutter business where, like, you sign up and you spend all this money. It's not that. We meet people where they're at. Everyone starts a little bit differently because everyone has a different budget. But I will tell you, if you're looking to earn extra money, whether you're like me in the beginning and you just want to have that additional stream of income, I just wanted an extra $500. And you guys, you can do that with our first level of leadership. And people get there in their first to second month. And I know Becky and I did that. So we're living testimonies of that. But that's exactly why you need to start. There is no other job you can go out there. You can't go to Target and be like, hey, I want to make $500 this month, but I only want to come in like 15 hours at a time. Like Becky talked about, we really set our schedules. They're going to be like, are you kidding me? No, you're going to work a 10-hour shift and you're going to work whatever day we say you're going to work. Or if you're looking to be like Becky and I are now, where we have fully replaced our incomes, and we're really working to replace our husband's income. I mean, this business is smart, you guys. You can do that for your family. There's no job out there. You could be like, I'm going to come in for 20 hours this week and boom, make all this money. Like, it doesn't happen. So I love that this business allows this. You just got to start.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to kind of wrap up here because I know we wanted to keep it really sweet and short for you guys. I've got like 3 soccer games this morning. Everybody's running around. So, I mean, this can literally fit into your life. This is why we do this, so we can plan it. There's one more thing that I just want to touch on, and some people are afraid of like the network marketing industry because they don't know. And I always think, you know, that is why you're on this call. Talk to people that actually know something about network marketing instead of people that have no idea. That was something that, you know, my dad at first he's a college professor, and he was like, didn't know what was going on. But I also knew, well, he doesn't work in Arbonne business. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about those tax benefits, about the things that you can get as time freedom and financial freedom. And what I'm trying to do is build an empire here and help people with their health and wellness. And so I would say just ask the person that invited you onto this call, or ask them to talk to another person if you need like another personality to really relate to, because you can see we're not all the same. And if you talk to anybody in Arbonne, Megan and I are completely different personalities. So is Renee. So are everybody above us. So just talk to people that are in the industry and ask them good questions. And then the other thing I wanted to say is, if you decide, okay, yeah, this is for me, and if we hopefully helped you today, that's the point of this. We're hoping to help because we've been there, you know, in those shoes, like trying to decide. Talk to the person who invited you on this call, and they will lock arms with you and help you run your business. So that's one thing that I love about Arbonne too. A lot of people start for the friendships that Arbonne gives them. And I didn't realize that at first, but you will get really close with people because they want to help you. This business is made to help each other. So it's not like they'll just be like, okay, you're starting, great, see you later, here's thanks for your order. No, it's like they will say, okay, awesome, well, let's sit down. What do you want out of Arbonne? Everybody is different. How can we help you get that? And that is what we are here for. We are mentors. We are not bosses. And I always say that, like, I don't want a boss, and I don't want anybody I don't want to be anybody's boss, but I do want to help people because I know how to run this business. So I want to help them do that. So those are kind of the last things. I know we took 20 minutes of your time here, but I know there are also people that might have questions that we didn't answer. Is there anybody that has a question and wants to be brave and answer? And if not, that's okay. You can ask the person, but you can just unmute yourself and shout it out if you do.